Hello everyone. Socrates, the man who never wrote. Socrates is one of the most influential philosophers in history, yet he never wrote a single book. Everything we know about him comes from his students, his enemies, and his trial. So why did he reject writing? And how did his ideas survive for over 2,400 years? Socrates is one of the most important figures in Western philosophy. His ideas shaped ethics, logic, and critical thinking. And yet, there's something strange about him. Socrates never wrote a single book. Not one sentence. Not one line. Everything we know about him comes from other people, especially his student Plato, the historian Xenophon, and even the playwright Aristophanes, who mocked him on stage. So the question is simple. Why would one of history's greatest thinkers refuse to write? To understand this, we need to understand how Socrates lived. He wasn't a teacher in a classroom. He didn't lecture or charge money. Socrates spent his days walking through the streets of Athens, stopping people in markets, gyms, and public squares, politicians, poets, soldiers, ordinary citizens, and he asked them questions. Simple questions at first. What is justice? What is courage? What does it mean to be a good person? But as the conversation continued, something uncomfortable happened. The people answering him slowly realized that they didn't actually know what they claimed to know. This method became known as the Socratic method, learning through dialogue, not lectures. Socrates believed real knowledge could only be discovered through conversation. Writing, in his view, was dangerous. Plato tells us that Socrates believed written words were lifeless. Once written down, an idea couldn't defend itself. It couldn't answer questions. It couldn't adapt. It couldn't challenge misunderstandings. A written text just sat there, silent and passive. For Socrates, wisdom had to be alive. It had to exist between people, in arguments, disagreements, and questioning. That's why he never wrote. Instead, he lived his philosophy. He claimed to know only one thing, that he knew nothing. This wasn't false humility. It was a weapon. By admitting ignorance, Socrates exposed the false confidence of others. He showed that many powerful men spoke confidently, but thought shallowly, and this made him dangerous. Over time, Athens grew uncomfortable with him. He embarrassed leaders in public. He challenged traditions. He encouraged young people to question authority. Eventually, the city put him on trial. The charges were serious, corrupting the youth and disrespecting the gods of Athens. In reality, his real crime was thinking out loud. Socrates defended himself calmly. He refused to beg. He refused to stop questioning. He was found guilty. His punishment was death. He was offered a chance to escape. His friends planned it, but Socrates refused. He believed that escaping would betray his principles, and so he drank poison, calmly, deliberately, surrounded by students. Here's the irony. The man who refused to write became immortal through writing. Plato wrote dialogues where Socrates lives on as a character, asking questions, challenging assumptions, never giving easy answers. We can't be sure which ideas truly belonged to Socrates and which were Plato's interpretations, but maybe that's the point. Socrates did not want followers. He wanted thinkers. He didn't want people to repeat his words. He wanted them to question everything, even him. And in that sense, Socrates never really died. Because as long as people keep asking difficult questions, Socrates is still speaking. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.